Las Vegas, the entertainment, music, and sports capital of the world, it's the JJ and Johnny Show.
All right, we are live. Hello, JJ.
We're in a different location this week.
Both
Clearly,
of us are in
guys.
different locations.
Yeah, what is going on here?
Thank everyone for joining us. Well, I've migrated up north to my homeland. I'm actually in the house I grew up in Yakima, Washington. Welcome to my family home.
Oh, it's very woodsy. It's very woodsy.
I want to be there right now.
Yeah.
It's so my parents built this house in like 1972, guys, and it's almost all cedar. So the whole house, and there's lots of skylights, lots of windows, lots of plants. So it's very it's
hippy dippy.
I guess it could be. I mean, it's kind of a wood house is a pretty normal thing for Washington State, but
Right.
yeah,
Are there any plants hanging from yarn, like sewed yarn?
Yeah,
things?
the macrame. Well, so the amazing thing about this whole house, you can find little gems from every era. Do your parents still live in your childhood home, Johnny?
No. They've been out of that for a very long time. My father passed away in 1990, and my mom passed away in 2019. So, and she had been out of the house for a while. She'd been in a condo. But I just have to say, now that you mentioned my childhood home, it is for sale for $400,000. It is a row home outside of Philadelphia, which my father bought for $10,000.
Wow.
In 1962. It's selling for $400,000. My brothers and I we can't believe it.
Can you imagine? He bought it for 10 grand.
10 grand.
Amazing. How many bedrooms?
And the rate was 13%.
Oh!
How could anyone do that?
Wait, there was different times. Not particularly good for the working man, but.
Oh, so if you don't mind, we're going to do a little show and tell. So I have my Swedish sister Linda's here, and my mom is here. This is one of four dogs, Cooper, aka Koopy.
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 Wow.
Koopy. So if you know anyone who ever like needs to save an animal or needs to rehome an animal, what you want to do is you want to run into my mom because she will say yes. So Koopy was she met Koopy's owner in a farm store, and they're like, "Oh, we're moving to Alaska. We can't have our dog." And my mom like basically put her arms out and brought home Cooper. So,
that's so sweet.
Here's little Koopy.
How long ago was that? Is that a recent thing, or is that?
Mom, was that last year? You got Cooper? Like just last year.
Wow, so Cooper just fit right in.
He's a Maltese.
It's a very pretty dog.
And then since then, she's also brought home Ricky the cat. And that was a lady that she met at Starbucks, walked in with a cat carrier and said, "I'm a traveling nurse. I can't take my cat." And my mom reached out her hand and took the cat. So.
Wow.
How many dogs and cats are in this home?
The current count, John, and that could alter at any time.
Hopefully by the end of the episode, we'll find out how many animals, ferrets and hamsters and everything else are in the house.
So 4 dogs, 4 cats is the current count. Those are the inside animals. And then I was out this morning feeding the sheep. So then there's the sheep and the peacocks and whatnot.
Wow.
I love peacocks. They're beautiful.
Hey, you know what you might think is cool that I saw this morning? So my parents built the house in 72. They've had peacocks the entire time. And they just kind of reproduce. You know, they lay on eggs and they have babies. Occasionally, if we have too many of them, you know, we'll find another person who wants some of them and give them away. But that's just kind of how the population has been. So in those 52 years, we've had many baby peacocks. Just last year, or this year, in fact, we had a white peacock be born out of an egg. So in 52 years, never a white peacock. And right now there's a white peacock out in the barn.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. It's amazing.
So, all All right, so you're all dressed up. So tell me about the podcast you're going on
Oh,
today.
it's Mike Rock. He's a pretty well-known podcaster. He's actually traveling around, rents out a studio, and I've been on his show before. And it's a lot of, business kind of stuff and branding and intention and growing your business, kind of that whole trend of podcasts. And he's in that world.
I love it
He's very
because
interesting.
you look like you're going, you look really sharp. You look business forward. You look like you're going to do some investment talk. Are you starting to think about your goals for 2025?
Oh yeah, well I'm always thinking about my goals and what I'm going to do next. And my big goal for 2025 is to do a lot more hosting as myself, but really get my keynote up on its feet so I can do that and kind of talk about the things I want to talk about as far as maximizing your abilities and meeting your potential and the moral imperative of not being lazy and taking yourself to the next level. That's what I want to talk about.
Ooh, that's some good juicy stuff. All right, well, you should share little bits on our podcast.
Yes, I will. As I do each piece, I will. Yeah. The
Love
big
it.
part of that was getting over the speech impediment. So now it's kind of time to run with it. So, and I think, as we get older, we kind of figure out, I think when you're younger in your 20s, you think you want to do one thing. And then over time, you figure out, oh, I actually want to do this. Here's what I want to do. But it takes time to get to that space. And I'm very lucky, and you and I are both very lucky because of what we do. A lot of people who are kind of in a job already or in a career, it's very hard to change careers. But there are people who do that. And it's really remarkable.
Yeah, well, I think it's become a lot more a part of the zeitgeist right now is to reinvent or change careers, right? I mean, coming through the pandemic.
Yeah, now more than ever.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine the 1950s and 60s? It was kind of unheard of, but progressively these things have changed. And because of this whole trend with podcasts and people who've left their jobs and started a podcast and their career have grown because of that, it's really amazing that the barriers to entry on so many things have fallen because of social media, and people's careers have changed because of that.
Yeah, and on a creative level, it's just really fulfilling to know that you can create something. And if you work hard, right? Because even us just getting this podcast launched, it took a little bit of work. But
our meetings, our pre-meetings at Starbucks for a number of weeks, studio space, and the set, which you did a beautiful job on, all those things, and the equipment, and then bringing in Cass from my side. It takes a lot of work, right, Cass?
So much.
And then just I think the three of us sharing a commitment to consistency, even if it takes doing a podcast from your mom's desk in Washington, but yeah, we've been able to make it happen each week, and that's what you got to do. Oh, there's Cooper leaving the room. There we go. The gals
looks like a very important meeting just ended in that room. A lot of things were discussed.
We're having so much fun. So we're having like a family gathering, kind of a pre-holiday family gathering. We're going to go explore something that has really kind of just caused a wave throughout Yakima, Washington right now. And that is, there is an Amazon surplus store, a store where anything that gets returned from Amazon goes.
And it's cheap.
Okay, so it's $10 a day. Every item's $10, Mom? Okay, so check this out. When the delivery drops at the store, John, and I haven't been to it yet. This is something that's happened in the last year here in my hometown, but it's like the thing, right? So on the day the delivery drops, anything in the store, but you have to sift through it, is $10. The following day, everything goes down to $9, et cetera, et cetera. The following day, everything is $8, $7 until whatever, the day before Thursday, things are $1, and then the new shipment drops on Friday.
And then what do? Reset it and everything starts over again?
Yeah, and then I don't know if they clear out on Thursday night, but a new shipment is in the store Friday. So this being day one of the reject sale, we are
Will you
going to
give
go
us a
down
full
there.
report on this? Because in my mind, I have no idea how big this place is, but thousands of people are probably waiting to get in. They sift through, they take these items, put them on eBay or even on Amazon and
Ooh.
resell them.
Capitalism, baby.
That could be like a whole side gig people have.
That could be a job. Every week you get some insane deal. It could be a book or a lamp or an iPad or whatever. It's pretty amazing. I love storage wars. So I love anything where there's an element of surprise.
Yes.
You know,
So do I.
fill
Well,
your card up out the
absolutely.
door.
I think one of the biggest challenges, and I actually know a jeweler in Las Vegas that buys things from people, in person, but then resells them online and does extremely well. But he's got this little, he's got the system just really hyper organized. So there's everything that comes in gets inventoried, put in a plastic bag, and then photographed in like a little, those little makeshift photo studios for products that are like, little boxes. I don't know if you have one. But you have to really, the thing is you have to really commit to organization.
No, it's a
shipping.
business. It's a business. I have a buddy of mine who's a New York actor, lives in a 1-bedroom apartment with his wife, and he is the Jay Peterman of trunk shows and some of the other things he attends, because he's been in New York for, I don't know, 35, 40 years. But he'll go to a trunk show, and it could be the Burberry show, and he'll buy 3 of the scarves, or he'll buy one of the trench coats, and then he will write this amazing copy, and then he sells it on eBay, and that's his second line of income, is reselling all this stuff. Some stuff is new, some stuff is used, but he makes it so interesting. It's kind of like, Jay Peterman. You're entranced by the story behind the item.
Oh, what kind of story does he go into? Having just
He's a
bought it
writer,
himself?
so he writes something really interesting and
Oh, that's so
fascinating
cool.
about the scarf, which is totally fictitious, and
but
that's how
but
he
it,
sells
but
his
it
stuff.
manages, to be engaging.
Yeah. And I want to say hi to our people watching from Germany
Please.
and Switzerland, Mr. Robbie, and is it Betty Hines?
Beats. That looks like
Hines?
Beats, or it could be
Beat
Beatty.
Hines?
Hi from Germany.
And Prince Everlove, the luckiest comedian
Hi,
in the
Beatty.
world.
Thank you for joining us. Hello to everyone watching in Europe. Great to see you guys.
Yes, they're
Hello,
saying
hello.
how now that Trump is back in for another 4 years, am I happy about it? And listen, anything that'll get me more work, I'm more than happy. I am past all that other stuff. I'm just ready to work. So I've gotten about 5 bookings already.
Probably
as
the
Trump.
most immediately booked people from the Trump presidency are Melania. She's definitely lined up for the next 4 years, and my friend John D. Domenico.
Yep.
He's booked. And Cass, that means you too.
And I was in Fort Lauderdale last week, and I got a call from one of my agents who handles me for Trump, along with my regular agent. But it was a possible booking at Mar-a-Lago in December.
What?
Yeah, it kind of
What?
it disappeared. It vaporized, unfortunately. But I was like, oh my God, I'll be working at a fundraiser with Trump there at Mar-a-Lago. How do I feel about this?
Can I please volunteer to be your second assistant after Cass? if that happens, can I be like your? Oh my God, I would just die.
Yeah, that'd be pretty amazing if it happened. I think it'd be a game changer for me in a lot of respects.
I wonder if you can almost see them too, doing that to sniff you out to see if you'd be willing to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually worked for
know.
The call that came in before. I think you remember this because we were doing this show. This was in April, and I had a job. I'd worked for the same billionaire a number of times, and he was doing a Carrie Lake fundraiser. Trump was actually supposed to be there, but this was when Trump was still in New York with the trial. And it was Lee Greenwood, Carrie Lake, Senator Tommy Tuberville. So these were all, and there were only like 30 people at this event, but it's $25,000 a person. So I got to meet Lee Greenwood. He actually gave me the Bible that I use when I do Trump and we do our live.
Oh my God.
I got one of the real Trump Bibles from Lee Greenwood. So it was pretty wild.
Dude, you're going on the inside of the party at this point. Wow, that's something else. I have a childhood prized possession to share with you guys. Are you
What
ready?
you got?
Yeah.
I'm so ready.
Okay. This is
Snoopy.
my original Snoopy. I'm very Snoopy oriented. And you can see the eyes are kind of worn off.
Yeah.
Cute, right?
Yeah.
Oh, his little
Is that
cowboy
Western?
outfit.
Is that Western Snoopy? Cowboy Snoopy?
Yeah, I think I had a couple outfits. I mean, obviously, I don't think it came like that, but I think I had like a little Snoopy closet, as it were. You know what I'm saying?
That looks like drunken Snoopy. Like his pants are down, his
Just
shirt
walked out
is
of the
out.
saloon, Snoopy.
The belly's out.
Right. Too much sarsaparilla.
Yeah,
Snoopy.
too much sarsaparilla.
So tell me, you're in your childhood home. Is your bedroom the exact way it was when you left all those years ago? Did your mom?
It's pretty close. So my bedroom is, the wall colors are the same. They're peach. It's really right around the corner. I just don't want to risk losing you on the Wi-Fi. But my bedroom is kind of Marilyn Monroe, Frank Sinatra. So you can see that I loved kind of like Hollywood, John.
Right.
So, yep. So I've got kind of a little bit of a old Hollywood theme, very glamorous.
That's so cool.
Boas hanging and stuff like that, mixed with, there's a lot of tchotchkes from like a lot of countries all over the world, because my bedroom then became the bedroom of exchange students for pretty much like 20 years after I left home.
Wow.
Because my parents had so many exchange students. So there's like, like a little, there's a cuckoo clock right there on the wall.
Yeah.
From one of the German exchange students. And maybe you'll find like, a little pencil case from Czechoslovakia, or, a little jewelry box from Japan in my bedroom. So it's all kind of like little memories of kids who lived in my bedroom.
That's
so it's kind of cute.
Wow.
That's
it's
great.
cool. It's super cool. And this was always a great place for exchange students to live, as you can imagine, because there's animals everywhere. And it was always kind of a fun spot.
Wow, that's so cool.
It's lovely.
Lovely, lots of people.
Is there
yeah?
Is there a story behind your hat, JJ?
This is definitely this is one of the hats I grabbed off the trunk downstairs. So when you walk in, so I already went out and helped feed the sheep this morning, and it's raining here because we're still, kind of recovering from that cyclone storm. So this is one of the, this is understood here. There's stuff that's covered in dirt and mud, and that is obviously like what you're going to wear when you feed the animals. And then there's things like this that are kept clean.
Yes.
So when you walk in, there's like a ton, there's like a closet full of like all these outdoor jackets and coats and long coats. And you can just see the difference between the ones that are meant to wear out and the ones that are meant to do chores in.
Wow.
So this is this is not mine. This is my sister's. And but I thought I'd put it on to show off for you guys.
It's a gorgeous hat. It's a gorgeous hat.
Did your sister make it? Is that from one of the peacocks in the back? That feather?
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to bring you guys back some peacock feathers. The amount of peacock feathers around this joint, there's kind of peacock feathers everywhere.
So cool.
So yeah.
So cool. I love
So that's what's
So
happening.
you're staying up there for Thanksgiving?
No, I'm actually coming home Sunday, Johnny. I'm just literally gone for Formula One. See how that worked out?
Genius.
I got invited to Formula One tonight by one of my clients, tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow night's the race. But he said, stop by. We have a suite. And I thought, that is such a generous offer. And tonight, I don't want to go downtown. I mean, I don't want to go, not downtown, old Las Vegas. I just don't want to deal with it, you know? It's such a wonderful thing, but I was like, I don't, and we have to, Saturday night, we have to be up so early for our flight to New York. I was like, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, that's great. Good for you, honestly, because you could almost get FOMO because it's kind of the big thing happening in Las Vegas, if you got an invite.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, my strategy, I did not get an invite this year, which is convenient because I didn't have to turn it down. However, I would literally be tempted to almost like walk in, like get close in an Uber and then just get dropped off and walk in, because who wants to navigate all that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the parking and walking from the lots or getting shuttled from the lots. But I'm not taking anything away from F1. The videos are absolutely amazing. That whole area where they come through on Koval, it's just so amazing what they've done. And here it is, the second year already. I'm blown away.
Well, I love that our newspaper put out an article specifically with 3 places that locals could walk to and see the race from. Very strategic article, trying to help us out locally, because we shouldn't have to pay for a race that's in our backyard. Come on, people.
Absolutely not. Do you know the places off the top of your head?
Yeah, one was Caesar's Forum Shops has literally like the windows inside Caesar's Forum Shops. Apparently, there's a pretty nice little spot. The other was along the fence, and I there was a lot of sidewalk along the fence, and I'm thinking it was down, obviously not in front of the Bellagio, but towards the south side of the race.
Really?
I don't know exactly the cross streets. If you look up in the Review Journal, the article is very clear on 3 spots that you could utilize. So
that's good to know.
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to New York. Before you go,
for Thanksgiving and the Macy's Day Parade and to see some friends, and I just need to have a little Christmas early. I don't know if anyone else is feeling this way, but I need a little Christmas. I need some heavy coats and scarves and hats, and just transport me to another place.
You're still recovering from the election, aren't you?
I'm exhausted.
Oh my God. That
felt
John,
like I ran a marathon.
You have been running a marathon. I've watched your schedule. That is exactly what I'm doing right now. Is I'm experiencing the holidays right now before I have to get into all the travel and the chaos. So yeah, I'm starting my winter. Let's just kick off can we just kick off guys? Can we kick off the holidays right now?
Yes,
I'm ready.
I should have a little Christmas tree right here. Just bring it in.
Oh, the
Mr.
weather
Robbie
outside is frightful. What's Mr. Robbie have to say?
Oh, he just said he recommended something that we're doing. We're going to the Union Square Christmas market, the holiday Christmas market. And I have a whole list of 20 different places I want to visit. Obviously Rockefeller Center to see the tree, which has not been lit up yet, but like the Plaza Hotel has an incredible display. There's multiple places that have very large trees that are already lit. So I just want to, see some stuff that's going to make me feel like Christmas. So when we come back here, it's not such a jolt for, not having a Christmassy Christmas in Las Vegas.
It's funny how we're both, you being from the East Coast and me being from, the Northwest, and Cass being from the Northwest, but we're so, you never lose that taste for the place you grew up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And for me, I am literally here to get a dose of the holidays, and it'll carry me through the holidays. Well, Johnny, have a great time. Can we make a deal? Can you just keep sending us pictures from iconic spots wherever you are?
Oh yeah, I'll send you every tree and every place we go. And next Thursday's obviously Thanksgiving, so we're not doing a show, but the following show I'll have plenty of photos. Okay,
amazing. And Cass and I might do a pre-Thanksgiving show, and we can always show off some of the things you're doing. But then after that, let's just get into the holiday mix, my friend. We're just gonna drink our way through this podcast all of December.
You know what? That would be funny. We should do a Christmas episode of all the holiday drinks. Doesn't have to be Christmas, but like the hot toddy, maybe some hot apple cider, some of these classic drinks. And one of the trends that's happening in New York, and it's starting to happen here, is these Christmas pop-up bars and bistros that that are usual regular places, but now they're really decorating them for Christmas. And I posted one of these on Instagram that's at the Denver airport. So they took this area and they made it into a bar, but it's a Christmas bar. So they had Santa there and reindeer, and they had Elf, a big full-size.
Buddy the Elf.
Yeah, Buddy the Elf.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. I think a lot of people were really craving that whole Christmassy vibe early this year.
I feel
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck on your podcast. You look fantastic. And,
Thank you. I let my hair grow in.
oh my gosh.
It's a little shiny. But since I don't have to shave to be Dr. Evil or Dr. Phil or, and I'm not doing any live stuff until after I get back, then I have to shave my head. So, oh, and by the way, I have an interesting corporate job coming up where I'll be Austin Powers at Atomic Saloon that a corporate group has rented out. So I get to be little Austin Powers, baby, at the Atomic Saloon. Yes.
Atomic Saloon show?
What's that?
At the Atomic Saloon show?
Yes. Not in the show. They've rented the space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. And I love that space. If anyone's watching, you've ever seen the Atomic Saloon show, it's an incredible set and the way it's laid out and the bars. And it's an incredible show. A lot of amazing performers.
Atomic Saloon is definitely on the top of my list. A Spiegelworld production that I believe, along with most of the shows in Las Vegas, is shut down this week. Why?
Yes.
Because Formula One.
Formula One.
Gotta love the cars. All right, guys. Cass, any last words?
No, just that. Oh, I'm so large here. Just that I miss you, JJ. We miss you. We can't wait for you to be back, but I hope that you enjoy your vacation.
Thank you very much. And I'll pass off the baton to Johnny. Johnny, have a great vacation as well. And
Thank you.
We look forward to being in studio together, the three of us, soon.
Yes, very soon.
Yes, we'll be back home studio.
And by the way, this is our 25th episode.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
is amazing, JJ. 25 episodes already. We want to thank everybody who's watching, who comes back and follows us as we change. We're probably going to come up with a new date and time, day of the week for the show. But we love the fact that you guys are following us and finding us. We appreciate it.
Oh, definitely. Thanks to everyone who's always in the chats. Believe me, we see you guys. Thank you so much. And let us know. We think we're moving the show to 2:00 in the afternoon.
On Thursdays, right?
Yeah.
Or
We're liking it.
yeah.
We're liking a little later. So
I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. I think
Me
that'll
too.
work. As long as
We're
we have
feeling
these
that.
wonderful international, like Mr. Robbie and Heinz, who are, Germany and Switzerland, who are willing to take the time to watch us in the evening. We're so flattered.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, everybody. All right.
thanks
have
for
a
being
great
here,
week.
guys. Bye.
We'll see you
See
next
everybody.
time.
Safe travels, JJ.